Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Thank you, Ole, for this call. I've been following your YouTube channel for a few weeks.
Yeah.
I see you are a genuine guy. That's the first thing I see, and you can give me trust. Just a little preview of what I do. It's natural wine e-commerce.
Yeah, I had a quick look at your site.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a business I've been running already for 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm based in Barcelona, Spain, but I've been
Yeah.
shipping wines to all over Europe, mainly to Sweden, Denmark, Belgium, Netherlands. These are the main countries I work with. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, what you want to ask me something?
So for this call is basically we just look at if you have something that you're struggling with. I saw that you've been running ads. You're running ads right now on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you just tell me a little bit about how that's going for you? That's my main expertise. So I could probably give you the most value talking about where you get your traffic and how you do your advertising and how good the results are.
I have my page, chart page. Can you see?
Yeah, I see your page.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, of running ads, I do every week. I'm not an expert, but I can manage myself. Okay. So
yeah.
Right now, these are the two CBO campaigns targeting some Central European countries and other Nordics. These are the two audiences that I've been trying for many months, and I see they are the best performance, the interest.
Do you have expansion turned on for these ad sets? Are they mainly just for that specific interest? If you scroll down,
I don't see anymore that option for quite a long
yeah,
time.
no, they take it away from your account. It's in some accounts, and other accounts it's not. So that means it's just by default Facebook can go broader than what you have specified. So
yeah, I remember that, but I don't see anymore in my accounts for quite a while. So this just couple of interests here and couple of interests on the other ad set. The audience, it's about 5 million.
Yeah.
These are small countries. More than that, you can't. That's one of the main issues I think also I have for scaling, because there's not many people to show the ad. Basically, this is what I'm always struggling. This is one of the best campaign I have right now in all my career. It's Christmas time, where, timing right now, taking this as one of the best performances campaign. I started this campaign in 1st of December, and now, the more we approach Christmas, the less is performing well. Yesterday, I added a new creative. Yeah. Because so far there was only these two creative that this gave nine purchases, this one 13. Fortunately, it's much more, but it's not well tracked.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. It's much more. But
it's much more for the whole campaign, or
in general, because I run campaigns only in Facebook and Instagram, so I don't have any other sources rather than organic. So I can assume they come from these campaigns, even though I'm not tracked. Okay. Exactly. It's every time that I want to try to scale, I put some more money, but it goes down. It goes down, and I kill all my margins. I've been following your latest video. I completely agree many points. You need to have a main product, which is the main revenue. In my case, is this introduction to natural wine pack, because you give people something that they don't need to select. You just give them and they take it. Here I have a big title, what's the benefits, people scroll down, why they need to buy, all the main points covered. Then you have the guarantees. No wine shop give this guarantee to taste the wine and ask for a refund. But I do, because of the e-commerce main points.
Reviews, that's great.
Yes, reviews straight over there. Nice, genuine review every week. The business is doing good. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. Then here I have the beautiful picture, special price, more things where to buy now. This is the main struggle I have, because most of the sales are first-time customer. They are buying with free shipping. Otherwise, they wouldn't buy, because shipping heavy weights. This is not clothing. This is bottle of wine. They weight, and it's expensive, especially from Barcelona to Sweden. It's a lot of money, and the shipping cost basically kill all my margin, all my profits. If I don't make an offer without the free shipping, nobody is gonna buy the wine. And if I'm gonna charge too much for the bottles to compensate the shipping cost, still people won't buy, because this is a market that you can't put. This is not champagne. You can put prices over the stars with the bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Here I track every month what my fixed cost. And this is, look, November, for example, this is what I pay for shipping. Of this amount, some customer pay that because of the existing customer. After the second sale, they need to pay something, but still, I'm not giving them the full amounts because it's too much. I cover some cost of the shipping, even in that case. For example, because from 14 bottle plus, I give free shipping.
Yeah.
To incentivize people to get more and buy more.
Yeah.
But you know, shipping is a 30, 35 euros, and then I need to at least give them like 4 or 5 bottles for free to compensate that cost for me.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
if it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is the shipping cost. This is the total amount of Facebook ads spent.
Yeah.
And still this 97, 96 orders. Not bad, not bad. 72 new, 20. This is the repeating customer I have every month. For me, it's a good rate. I see people are happy. They are coming back every month.
That's really good.
Yeah. This month, I also try to increase the order average value by putting a bigger pack, so they need to spend more. You know, so normally I give them two options: one smaller, one bigger. So that's also the case.
That's good.
Last month, I thought it was a good month, and I lost money.
So first of all, it's really good that you have full control over these numbers. I've talked to a lot of business owners, and they just really have no control over their numbers, which is really great that you do that.
Right? But just a second, and this is one of the key. I also contacted you in your video. You said you need to know your ROA to break even. I don't know what's my ROA to break even because every month is different.
So basically, it's a fairly simple metric, the break even ROA. So let's say the last 90 days, and you see what has been your average profit margin for those 90 days. Or you can take a longer period. You can look at the last year, and you can see on average what is your profit margin throughout that period. And that is what you use to calculate the break-even ROAS. So then you will have a number that says, I need to make this many euros back in sales for every euro spent in ads cost. And then you can always, when you go through and monitor your results, you will know how you are compared to that break-even ROAS, where you are. That makes it more easy. So you know if you can scale up or scale down and when you're doing good and when you're doing bad. You can also, of course, base this on like a cost per order, like what's your maximum cost to acquire a customer, because you know what's the average profit margin you have made on customers in the last year. So you know how much you can spend per customer. And if you also know the lifetime value of that customer on average, like you know how many times they come back, and when they come back, what's the average order value that you get and how much profit do you have?
This is the data of the last 90 days.
Yeah. Okay, 21. And you have a 1.8 conversion rate.
More than that is very difficult.
The average order value and the conversion rate is especially important in order to stay profitable when you acquire new customers, right? And then there's also efforts you have to do to get those customers that made a purchase to come back to you, so you don't need to spend money on acquiring new ones all the time. The main goal is to not be dependent on Facebook and Instagram ads forever, because the cost is going to increase. The effectiveness might change in the future, so you don't want to be totally dependent on Facebook and Instagram ads to work forever, right? All the customers that you get in, you want to make sure you have set up email marketing flows, maybe even SMS flows, so you can have like offers that you can send out for free. You don't pay for them. You send out an email and it's free.
I do. Every week I send out email, and I have 1-2 orders per week by emails.
That's great.
But also I see that people that if they like the wines, yes, it's okay to remind them, but they buy when they really need it and when they want it. Just not because I tell them to buy.
And also you can also increase the amount of times people come back by running ads specifically targeted towards your previous customers. And then you can have a really small budget, because that's probably not that big of an audience, right? They're a custom audience of previous customers.
Yeah, that's true, but since iOS changed, my retargeting ads are very bad. They don't.
Okay.
No. I stopped to run retargeting because I spent some money throwaway. Really, it's
okay.
My account not working with retargeting. And then when I do new campaigns, which is every month with Facebook ads, I see that existing customers see the ads again. And it's like a retargeting, because they can buy. They buy again because they saw the new ads, even though it's not talking to them directly. Because the ad is always with the generic, the copy, and I always make new offer, new packages every month. So it's never boring. It's something different every month.
Okay. Yeah. So Do you remember what you specified in your retargeting audiences? Did you just target website visitors, or did you have a
I
custom list?
retarget content,
View content, okay.
view content, and who engaged with Facebook and Instagram accounts.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. When you target also to who engaged with your accounts, I think they've changed this now, but before that also included people who engaged with an ad from your other campaigns, because that's also your Facebook and Instagram accounts. So it would kind of blend those two together. It would kind of be like a two-step funnel. So people saw your first ad from your main campaign that is targeted for a broad audience, but those same people will then also see the retargeting ad because you include all of those people in the retargeting ad. So it broadens it out. I think it would be best to make it really specific and have a really small budget, and maybe even upload a list of your previous customers. There's integrations you can make with Shopify, so it's always up to date, because the problem is if you base it only on pixel data, after iOS, pixel data is not that reliable. It's a very few amounts of the events that are being matched with the users on Facebook. It's better to use backend data from your Shopify and use that data to match with users on Facebook and Instagram. It makes it better for the retargeting audience. So that's definitely something I would look into if you're looking to do retargeting or upsell campaigns in the future. We have seen a lot of good results with that, with incentivizing previous customers to come back with like a special offer, because we want to thank you for being our loyal customer, versus a specific offer just to you. And you can also use that on social media and email. And
that's true. The thing is, again, special offer means many times discounts. And this is not a business I can make big discounts because the margins are very tight. And again, for example, I have an email sequence that after 60 days from the first purchase, automatically I offer them a nice discount. I think only the 20% of people do that. And I'm happy to sell them wine for the second time, but I'm not making any money, because as soon as I do a 10% off or another free shipping, it's because it's not a national business. If it would be a national business, I could do that. But shipping wines to the Nordic countries is very, very expensive. And every margin is really, really, really tight. And we're talking about 35% of margins. So
that's a challenge.
It's about 6-7 euros per bottle, and people buy not more than 10-12 bottles. If from there I need to take out the shipping cost or a discount or whatever, I'm really keep on my pocket nothing. So I know I'm building a business, but I can't doing that for 10 years just to build up an audience.
Yeah, exactly.
In a long term.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Go take losses to build. I mean, it's not possible for a small business. The thing you would have to do is like make the ads super effective, right? You would have to compensate for the low margins by putting in the effort to test and optimize the conversion rate, the click-through rate on your ads. You will really have to do a lot of testing. I don't know how much testing you're doing with your ads. How often do you put in new creatives to your campaigns, and how often you make changes?
These last 2 months that have been good, I let the campaigns running for about 1 month. And the first 2 weeks, it's nice for my standards. I mean, click-through rate above 1%. I know it's not a big number, but I really see the difference when it's, at least for the traffic, when it's more than 1% and when it's below 1%. But it's like Facebook. I mean, it's the algorithm. The offer is the same. The target is the same. The creative is the same. After a couple of weeks, the click-through rate go down by the half. It's like the algorithm cannot look for more people, because of the audiences are very small. We're talking about Sweden and Denmark and Belgium, and not everybody drink natural wine. So it's start to try to find people. And my question is, why this same creative was super nice the week before and now I'm not going through?
So yeah, this is actually something I'm just making a video on now, this exact problem. Why do campaigns work for 2 weeks, a few months, and then they stop working? Because it's really common. And especially when you deal with small audiences, like I do a lot of managing of accounts in Norway, Denmark, Sweden. So yeah, that's a big issue. And the reason is when you publish a campaign, Facebook will always go for the lowest hanging fruit. So the easiest people to convert. Like that's how the algorithm is set up to work. So within that audiences, if there are a lot of people that have shown a lot of interest to click on ads that are with wine, and Facebook see that these people are really close of making purchases for wine, these are the people that will see your ads in the beginning. But after all of them have been converted, or a part of them, the people that are left are the people that maybe they saw your ad, but they did not convert, right? And Facebook might think that, no, these people, we think they are likely to convert. So they keep placing the ads in front of them, but they don't convert, right? So it's like, and that's the problem for the business owner, is like, it works in the beginning. Why doesn't it work now? Like it's kind of like the dilemma, right? The way we work around it is to keep it really fresh. So when it stops working, the ad, we angle the offer in a different way. It could be almost exactly the same offer, but we just angle it in a different way. So let's say there's something seasonal, like now we had, of course, Black Friday and that period, but let's say something else like Valentine's Day, okay? If Valentine's Day is coming up, then we angle the offer towards that. So we say, hey, it's almost the exact same offer, but we just say, this is the Valentine's special offer. Or we angle it towards something seasonal, because what that does is it creates urgency, right? People think, oh, it's only for Valentine's, okay?
But you start a new campaign, then you stop the one that is not going very well.
Yes, we could start a new campaign. It's kind of depending on how well the campaign is doing or how bad it's doing. If it's doing totally shit, there's no point of running it. But there's also value in keep running a campaign for a long time, because the campaign gets out of the learning phase, or works towards getting out of the learning phase. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the learning phase of the
Yeah,
ad
sure.
sets.
That's another question, because I saw that, for example, yesterday I put the new ads, this one, and normally here there will be a new biggest change in the campaign. You know, when you put something new,
it goes back to learning limited.
Yeah, but this is not happening anymore. Did you realize that? So I don't know if this is this campaign has been running for a month. I put this new ad yesterday, but it looks like nothing affected.
I think it's fine to, like, you don't go out of the learning phase by putting in something new. It's more if you do changes on the ad set level, or you do some changes to the existing running ads, then it goes back out of the learning phase. If you're running like an evergreen campaign, so it's an offer that is not just seasonal or can only be available for a certain time. Like if you run a Black Week or a Black Friday offer, you have to turn that offer off. The whole campaign has to be turned off after that period, right? But if you're running like an evergreen campaign with an offer that is always available, like kind of like you're doing here, you have your standard offer.
What was a Christmas pack?
Okay, so it's a special, okay.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
So then it's valuable to keep running it for as long as you can, because over time on the ad level, it will stack up social engagement. So people will add comments and likes and stuff to the ads. And we see that when an ad has a certain amount of social engagement, it starts to be more effective. So that's also valuable, but also the fact that the campaign gets a lot of data. So it will kind of learn to figure out who to target by itself. So if you're doing broad targeting, if you let the campaign run for a long time, it will start to get more consistent results over time. If the ad fatigue is not too bad, which is like what people have seen the ad already and they're not responding to it anymore because Facebook has extracted
this is the frequency I have.
Yeah, so it's not too bad, this frequency. It's,
the thing is now is I really see the campaign affected from last week because of the time people already bought their gifts. It doesn't make sense for them to buy anymore.
Definitely, we also see that in our accounts right now. It's that the time of the year people are busy buying gifts, and by now they already bought what they're going to buy, and their wallets are pretty empty, most of them. What I would like in January and moving forward, that's a time where the CPM cost, so the cost of advertising on Facebook and Instagram, is lower. So that's a really great time to do a lot of testing. So run a lot of different ads and try a lot of different targeting options to figure out like what is working the best, because sometimes different formats like video ads, image ads, making them really different can have a huge impact on the results, right? Q1 is always the best time to do a lot of testing, so you know what works for the rest of the year. To get back to the problem that we discussed, the ads are no longer effective after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a few months. The thing that we usually do is refreshen the offer. We angle it towards something seasonal. So if it's Valentine's, Christmas, it's kind of like you were doing here, right? You're angling the offer towards like a Christmas. So doing that on a regular basis and finding a lot of different things throughout the year that you can angle your offer towards. Because this will create urgency and refreshing the whole offer. Also broaden out the targeting is something that we see works pretty well. If we have a specific targeting towards like a lookalike audience or a specific interest, we can even open that ad set totally after it has a bit of data. So we just keep it open, and maybe you specify the age group if it's really only people above, let's say 30 in your case, that is buying wine, but the rest we just let Facebook figure out.
This campaign that is now running, it's a bit slow right now. Would you change anything here at the ad set level, like as you said, in terms of broadening and removing this interest?
For you, I would just like duplicate one of them and just take away the interests and then test it up against these two ad sets that you have running. So you just create a new with the
can
same ad. You duplicate this one, and then you take away the natural and organic.
okay, so
And you just leave it open.
starting a new campaign, basically.
Just a new ad set. You keep it in the same campaign.
And the same campaign. Duplicate one, just to keep in broadening.
Yeah, because if you duplicate it, the social engagement will remain on the ads. We'll just change the targeting.
But why wouldn't you start a new campaign and duplicate in the same campaign that is running? Because of the
let's keep running the campaign so it stacks up data. It gets smarter over time. So, and if you duplicate it, the ad sets also have to start from beginning, right? It's best if you don't absolutely have to start a new campaign. It's always best to run with the current campaign and run that test within that same campaign. So that's what I would do. You already have it CBO, right? So you have the ad budget on the campaign level. So if you just duplicate one of them and make them into a broad ad set, so there's no specified targeting, it will automatically be tested up against these two ad sets that you currently have. So I would do that and see how that works. We see that in Norway, Sweden, when we have a broad ad set, so we don't specify any targeting, over time, it always works the best because machine learning and the data that Facebook and Instagram has, it's, the machine learning is always going to be the best.
Nice.
So that's what I would do. Have you done any ad sets like that before where you just
I know that testing is very essential, and I've been testing a lot these past 2 years. And the broad targeting for me never worked very well. Maybe I didn't let him to run for a longer time.
Yeah.
But I will try again after your suggestion. But honestly, with the target interest, I saw best performances.
Yeah, and the reason for it could be like also you don't have the option to not select. Targeting can expand beyond the interest that you put in, right? This is something that you could choose before and we can still choose it for some accounts, but it looks like you don't have that option anymore. No. So it's like the Facebook is already just taking the right to have the ability to expand your audience if they want to make you spend more money on ads, because that's what they ultimately want, right? So it could be like, even if you launch a broad audience now or broad ad set now, you might not see better results initially. But when you start a campaign from scratch, we usually have some interests. If you don't do lookalike, you don't need to do that. But if you have lookalike, put that in and always have like an open ad set.
Yes, that's true. With the lookalike, it's a very long time I don't use any more lookalike since the
lookalikes don't work that well anymore. No.
Yeah.
That's true. So yeah, that's what I would do. The last thing of how we surpass the issue when a campaign stops working is to change the creatives. We change them up totally. Like we make something new creatives with different colors and maybe different formats. Maybe we run a video instead of an image, so that the people that have seen the ad a few times, let's say the frequency got above 3 or 4, that means like it's probably ad fatigue we're facing if there's no other big major things that could impact the performance. But then we change it to something totally different, because that will make people notice the ad again. They're so used to just scrolling past it. They've seen the offer before. If it's something new and something eye-catchy, then they will notice it again. You will have another shot at converting them into customers. So that's like the 3 main things of bypassing this issue that I would that I would focus on. Yeah.
Yes, is the thing I just did now, putting a new creative. I didn't test it before in another campaign. I just put it in already in this winning campaign because I don't have time to test it before.
Yeah.
It's testing already now. What normally this is the click-through rate I get. It's no much. Well, at the beginning it's a little bit better, then it goes down. It's very niche.
Yeah.
And also try different videos and images always works best, and carousel, so and so. For example, this one is the winning ad for this month. That worked pretty well.
So, okay. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, I like this image. It makes sense why it's working well.
Yeah, of course.
Have you tried running like videos and stuff?
Video, yes, but maybe I'm not a good filmmaker, but they don't have much attention. I see that the pictures of the wines are something that people, if there's some nice label, some nice wine to see, it's the best so far. Video not going very well.
I would definitely advise you to do a lot of testing on the ad level as well. Like we do a lot of testing for our clients, and that's the way to get results. Like do a lot of different stuff, refreshing it, angle the offer differently. It's of course a challenge if you run everything yourself, a business, like to put up time to come up with ideas and all this stuff. But it's really important to get the results up. Do a lot of tests.
Do you guys make the creatives for your customer or clients? Or?
Yes, we make the creatives. Like a lot of our clients, like they have already some images of their products, and then we put them together and design them in different ways and different colors and text placements. And we also do video for our clients. So we show off the product. We make like a video that's suited towards social media. So we have something that's eye-catchy to catch the people's attention, and then we measure all the important metrics of
Well,
like how
maybe
many people.
this, as of now, we have been talking like very formally, and really appreciate it. But do
Yeah.
you see any way to help me in some more continuous time or?
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of depends. Like obviously, I run an agency, so we kind of have like a minimum retainer that we need to be able to work with clients. And I'm really focused on, I'm not going to work with someone where I cannot make the money back that you pay us, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not comfortable for not us and not for the clients. So I also have another option where I work together with the client. So it's done with you instead of done for you, where we work together in a way. We still help with a lot of the things that we would do if we took everything for you, but you would have to do some work yourself.
Yeah.
So that the reason why I also have that offer is because we can then get to the point where the results are good enough and it makes sense for you to give everything to us, right? You're making enough money where you're comfortable, like just let us do everything, and then we can even get you better results after that, right? That's the two ways that I help my clients. So if you're interested, I can definitely look into giving you an offer.
You have seen the business. I told you more or less what's going on, what's happening. And I think you do customize offer, depending on the business, more or less, right? So yes, as you see, the Facebook Ads Manager, I can work by myself. This is something I can do my homework.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need more ideas to come up with creatives, because as am I on my own, I always do what I think best, but I really need some time, the helps of others to see what's, as the testing is very essential. So I can provide pictures of the wines or whatever. But if you guys have any other ideas to come up with the creative testing, I'm open to hear and try it out, of course.
Absolutely. You said your main customers are from Sweden, right? Majority.
Yes. Yeah, the majority, yes.
Okay. And what's the age group? Like what's the biggest?
My ads run 26, because this is the minimum that you can, the minimum age for advertising alcohol, 26 to 50. This is this is the target, because I also have a physical shop. So that's good to see which customer come in, and more or less are people between 30 and 40 years old that look for these kinds of wine.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely different audiences from people that have been drinking wines for all their life. I mean, by our parents or whatever.
Is there a specific reason why you have maximum 50 for the ad set?
No, I don't have a specific reason, but this is what I assume. People over 50, they don't understand these kinds of organic wines because they taste very different from what they are used to drink.
Okay. Have you done a test to see if you have an ad set where you just have 65 plus? Have you done that test?
Probably in the past, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Right now.
I would suggest doing that test because you might be excluding some more low-hanging fruits, like you're not allowing Facebook to work with. So I would test that as well. If you make an open audience in another ad set, maybe also put the plus 65 so you can test that as well.